Has the Lego Harry Potter theme lost its appeal for Lego investors? 16 Harry Potter sets are slated for retirement at the end of this year. I'm going to give you my grade and rank for all 16 sets, tell you what I think, so let's get into it. Back here at Brick Fanatics, we are looking at the September update for the retirement list. It just came out and there are actually no changes from August. So some of those sets that have really short shelf lives that we are thinking might fall off the retirement list are still so far on the retirement list. But for this video, we're going to look at the Harry Potter sets that are retiring in 2023. Here is the list of 16. Check out my first video in this mini series in the top right that I'm doing on retiring sets by theme. The first one will give you the full explanation on the table and the data and everything that I'm looking at. And then also in the top right, check out my second video, which is all of the Star Wars sets that are retiring. And this one covering Harry Potter is the third in the mini series. No more time wasting, time to get into my scores and ranks. Coming out with a heavy hitter to kick us off is the Harry Potter Advent Calendar. And as you know, I do not invest in Advent calendars, so that is going to go right into 16th place with an enthusiasm score of 0. My 15th place is 76399 Hogwarts Magical Trunk. On the cumulative table, it has 4 mentions with an enthusiasm score of 1.5 over the last 6 months. I'm only giving it a 0.5. I really don't like this set. I think it's hard to display and make it look good and make it make sense. Yes, there are a lot of minifigure elements that are okay, but not that exciting. And you can also theme it to your favorite house. But when it's all closed up, it just doesn't look that interesting. And then when it's opened up, it just looks a little busy and cramped. The best comparable I could find is this Monsters Book of Monsters. This was mostly a promotional set that I think was on sale for a little while for $25. It's up to $49, which I guess is okay, but this set starts out at $65. I don't see any room for this to grow other than Lego did just release this set called Quidditch Trunk. So now there's 2 kind of in the similar style. So maybe there's some collectability, but not one that I am going to be looking at. Next up is 76401 Hogwarts Courtyard Sirius's Rescue. 2 major issues with this set. Number one, it's 345 pieces for $50, which is ridiculously high price. I'm happy for Lego to price their sets however they want, but at that price, I'm out on this set. The other issue, it's another run-of-the-mill hand Harry Potter building with the sand green accents. We've had way too many of those. Looking at some comparables, here's Fluffy Encounter that retired last year that looks very similar, and it has a unique creature. It's gone from $40 to $43, so not a home run. Sirius's Rescue does come with a Buckbeak, which looks decent. Looking at a previous set with a Buckbeak is Hagrid's Hut that retired in 2021, $60 to $67. And then here's the original with Buckbeak, and it's only $8 to $33 in almost 20 years. For those reasons, this set earned 14th place and an E score of 1 for me. My 13th place set is 76400 Hogwarts Carriage and Thestrals. In the last 6 months, 3 mentions with an E score of 1.3. I'm just going to give it a 1.2. It looks okay for $20. It's nice that we have the small Thestral, the baby Thestral, even though it still looks a little weird. The larger size one looks pretty good. Small one just doesn't quite work for my eyes. Looking at some comparables, this is Grindelwald's Escape from Fantastic Beasts. So not quite Harry Potter, retired in 2019, and it's $23 instead of 20, but it does have a Thestral type creature. And then here's another small set with a tree, a couple of minifigures, and then a large fantastical creature, Aragog's Lair, retired in 2019, $15 to $27. So that's okay. There's some similarities, but I don't think this set's going to do well. All right, now we're getting to an interesting set, 75968 for Privet Drive. Only 2 mentions, but an enthusiasm score of 2.5. I hate to say it, but I'm only putting this one in my 12th place. It's not a terrible price at $80 for 797 pieces when 5 of the 6 minifigures are exclusive. It's the first and only time so far that we've got the whole Dursley family here, and it's the first time we've got Petunia in minifigure form. And it's just a great overall set because this is where the entire Harry Potter universe starts. This is moment 1 of the Harry Potter saga that has taken over the world for the last couple of decades. And other than this 2002 Escape from Privet Drive set, for Privet Drive has not been made in Lego form, and they are so wildly different that to me, this is the first and original of just a standard Dursley's house set. Looking at some other unique buildings from the Harry Potter universe, this is Attack on the Burrow, which retired last year. It's already from $100 to $120. And then here's the original Attack on the Burrow, which is $60 to $218. And again, my position is that for Privet Drive is basically the first time that we've had this building in Lego form. Another quick example is Hagrid's Hut. This one is not doing anything so far, but one of the older ones, not the original, but one of the older ones from 2010 is up from $40 to $83. So far, that all seems like great news for this set, but the biggest issue we all have is that it will have a 3-year, 7-month shelf life. Crazy long. If this set does well in retirement, it will be a very, very long hold time, but if you're willing to hold for a long time, I think it will do quite well. I did want to point out that on our not top sets table, it has 5 mentions against investing and reselling, and that again is simply because of the very long hold time. Adding all that up, I can only give it a 1.7. Next up is 76398 Hogwarts Hospital Wing. It is a really nice looking set overall, but again, just a very standard Harry Potter building with a lot of tan. This is the clock tower that retired last year. It's from $90 down to $64. That's very problematic. And then this is the Whomping Willow that retired in 2021, and it's down from $70 to $63. This hospital wing definitely looks better than the two of those, but I still just don't see anything that is unique enough about this set to make it a standout. 2 of the 4 minifigures are unique, and I do like the Madame Pomfrey minifigure, looks great, and then Ron and his leg cast is obviously a good element for the set. 2 mentions with an enthusiasm score of 2. I put it in 11th place with a 1.8. Now onto a Brickheadz set, which typically do very well. This is 40495, Harry, Hermione, Ron, and Hagrid. 6 mentions, but only an E-score of 1.8 in the last 6 months. This is my 10th place set. Although it's a Brickheadz, I have a lot of issues with this set. All the figures are pretty plain, and it will have a 2-year, 7-month shelf life. Way too long, especially for Brickheadz. But if we look at each of these characters in their previous Brickheadz form, this is a major downgrade. Here's the original Harry Potter, looks a lot better than this Harry. The original Hermione, also much better than the new set. The original Ron, he looks great in this Brickheadz form, but in here, super plain. And then lastly, the original Hagrid has a lot more personality in this 2020 version than in the latest that's about to retire. For those reasons, I can't go any higher than a 1.9. My 9th place set, and oh, this set really pains me, but it's 76386 Hogwarts Polyjuice Potion Mistake. 6 mentions with an enthusiasm score of 2.2. Also a 2-year, 7-month shelf life. $20 for 4 figures and a nice little scene and a bunch of accessories and this great golden Harry Potter minifigure that I love. So everything really just seems like this set should do really well in retirement. When it went on sale for $16 on Amazon, I picked 4 of them up and I was super proud of myself, and I don't think it has gone back to the original $20 price since then, so now I'm kind of regretting that purchase. The 3 other sets with golden minifigures are doing okay. This one in particular, Hogwarts First Flying Lesson, retired last year, $30 up to $40. Everybody expects this one to continue to go up high. Hogwarts Wizard's Chest with the golden Snape, $60 to $80, also very good. But then this set that we already looked at, Fluffy's Encounter, is only $40 to $43. All 4 of these minifigures are exclusive to this set, so most of the data points to this set doing well, but for some reason it's been on sale a lot and the buzz has just completely dropped out. I think everybody's worried that because of the long shelf life, it is going to be way over hoarded. I put it in 9th place and only an E-score of 2.2. Next up are the 4 house banners. Some people hate these sets for investing and some people love these sets for investing. I am in the love them camp. They are great little sets. So many positives about these sets. They each have 3 minifigures. 2 of the 3 are exclusive. They have a lot of great interior detail when you open each of the banners up, and the stickers are a major selling point because most of them are the hologram movement pictures that have motion when you look at them from a different angle. I know we normally don't like stickers that much, but I think the stickers are a huge benefit to these sets. The other great thing about these sets is this hook piece right here, so you can hang them on the wall, and when they're hanging on the wall, they can be open to display the scene, or you can close them up to display display the actual house banner. Don't underestimate the value of all those features, the fact that you can hang it on the wall. People who love Lego always run out of shelf space, so being able to put some sets on the wall is a great way to not impact your limited display space. And the fact that you can rearrange the order that you hang them and if they're open or closed, just a lot of dynamic options to how you display these sets. So this one is Gryffindor that we've been looking at, and then this one obviously is Slytherin. A lot of great detail in here. I like this one a lot. Each of these are $35 for around 300 or so pieces, which is expensive. I actually just bought 2 sets from lego.com when they were doing the small Gringotts gift with purchase, and they were doing 20% off when you bought these banners in pairs. I felt like that was a good enough deal to at least jump in and get a few of them, but if they can get down to around $20 after VIP points, gift with purchases, or anything else, Rakuten, then I would get more. The blue, of course, is Ravenclaw. My least favorite of the 4, mostly just because there's so many anti-studs. I wish they had another sticker or a few buildable elements in this area, and then also in this little corner. And then lastly is my favorite, actually, and it is Hufflepuff. And I just like all the little windows and arches and detail. Really well done on this set. Digging through the Harry Potter sets for comparables, obviously there was really only one option, which is the Hogwarts moments from the last couple years. 6 total in this series, and they all close up similar as the banners, but they close up into books, and these just haven't done great. They're all around the MSRP of $30, except one of them, which is the herbology class, which makes total sense. This one has the most detail and the most interesting elements to look at, and the herbology professor, and I forget her name, sorry about that, Potterheads. This one jumped from $30 to $53, but remember, these didn't sell that well, and so you could get them for $10 to $12 very easily. So far it sounds like these banners might only do okay, but I've been saving the ace in the hole, which is that these sets came out in March of 2023, and they are still expected to retire at the end of this year, so that is just a 10-month shelf life. I think that will be a huge selling point for all 4 of these sets, and the collection is finite. It's 4 and only 4. People can know ahead of time, you get all 4, you have the full collection. I think they will be very, very desirable for years to come. I give all 4 of them E-scores of 2.5, and notice I'm leaving the 8th spot open on the table because I'm going to pair 2 sets together when I fill that spot. Ordering the 4 banners, I'm going to put Ravenclaw in 7th place, my least favorite. Gryffindor is going in 6th place, I think because it's going to be the most popular and therefore the most stocked up in retirement. My 5th place is Slytherin because of all the great detail, and that makes my 4th place Hufflepuff because it will most likely sell the least volume, and it is just so bright and colorful and full of detail. Big winner for me. All 4 of these banners either got 9 or 10 mentions with enthusiasm scores of 2.8 or 2.9, which is crazy high. Remember, my E-score and the enthusiasm score that I collect from watching all of the other Lego Investing and Reselling YouTube videos is out of a maximum of 3, so 2.8, 2.9 is knocking it out of the park. In 3rd place, I am putting Hedwig. This set is awesome. 13 mentions with an E-score of 2.8, 630 pieces for only $40, a 4.3 on brick set, and it looks amazing other than a few little complaints in the face, but actually I'm pretty good with the face. Lego struggles at making brick built faces look right. Just look at the $200 Chewbacca set that just came out. For comparables, Dumbledore's Phoenix retired last year, $40, already up to $57. And then the 3rd one in this series has not retired yet, even though Brickset is saying that it's going to retire at the end of this year, but I haven't seen it yet on Brick Fanatics, and that's the list that I like to use. But another great looking set. All 3 of these are really well engineered with Technic linkages so that the wings flap, and when they flap, they look very organic and natural. Love all 3 of these sets. And since there are 3, this one being the first will do very, very well, but it's going to be a long hold time because it is a 3-year, 7-month shelf life. But this set is a Barnes & Noble exclusive, so that really keeps it pretty limited. I give this set in 3rd place a 2.7. Next, we'll look at 12 Grimmauld Place and the Ministry of Magic. These 2 sets have a lot of similarities, even though I think one is going to way outperform the other, but I do like them both. 12 Grimmauld Place is 76408, 12 mentions and an E-score of 2.4, and Ministry of Magic is 76403 with only 4 mentions and only an E-score of 1.8. Both of these sets will have a 1-year, 7-month shelf life. 12 Grimmauld Place has a 4.4 on brick set, which is really good. Both of these sets are the first time that this Harry Potter building has been made in Lego form, and they have some unique features and elements. 12 Grimmauld Place has an appearing and disappearing action feature, which is really well done. You can see the inside of it and how that works a little bit, but great action feature, great details, well designed, well engineered. Ministry of Magic doesn't have any moving parts, but it's modular, so you can stack and unstack and design it how best these scenes should play out for your own liking. And it too has some pretty good interior detail and lots of elements to engage with, including a golden minifigure. And lastly, both sets have a ton of minifigures, and almost all of the elements for these minifigures are exclusive to these sets. That's a great minifigure lineup, and same thing with this group right here. A lot of good elements and interesting characters and pieces. So for comparables, let's look at some first or original or unique Harry Potter buildings. This one we looked at, Attack on the Burrow, up from $100 to $120, but only retired last year. This is the original Diagon Alley from 2012, $150 up to $404. Unique buildings with a lot of unique minifigures. This is the original Shrieking Shack from 2005, up from $50 to $191. Obviously, Lego has come a long way with their Harry Potter designs, but still, it's great to have the original of a building. And then this is the original Hogwarts Castle, up from $90 to over $300. Oh, and I forgot I had one more. The original Hagrid's Hut from 2002, up from $30 to $161. So if my hypothesis holds true that the first or original of a Harry Potter building will grow in value, might be a long hold time. It seems like the Harry Potter theme is getting a little less buzz right now, then these sets should do pretty well. But to the investing community, and myself included, one of these is clearly much better than the other, and that is this one. The minifigures are great, but the building is awesome. The action feature, all the interior detail, the fact that you could put this or a couple of these in any old city to have it be a downtown row house area is great. A lot of good things about this set, so I'm going to put this one in my second place, and it's getting an E-score of 2.7, which means the Ministry of Magic is going to go down here in 8th place, and I'm going to do better than the 1.8 that the community thinks. I am going to go with a 2.4. Ministry of Magic just looks a little weird in terms of the color, and it looks a little potentially flimsy and empty, but I still think over the long run, it does better than a lot of people are thinking because it is such a unique Harry Potter set. Pretty long hold time though. All right, so that brings us to our number one set, which is obviously the Professors of Hogwarts Brickheadz. I think this had to be number one all along because look at these professors in the Brickheadz form. Some Brickheadz fall pretty flat for me and are not very recognizable to the character, but these four have a ton of personality, and just a glance you know exactly who and what they are. Looking at previous Harry Potter Brickheadz, here's Dumbledore, so another professor that looks fantastic. This set's up from $20 to $58. Hermione from 10 to 40. This one with Harry and the awesome little Hedwig up from 15 to 52. Hagrid and Buckbeak is up to 36. 40496, Voldemort, Nagini, and Bellatrix that just retired at the end of last year. It will do very well. It's up from 25 to 30, but give it more time. But this is one that has characters that are not the 3 or 4 main Harry Potter characters, and it's a fantastic set. And also to point out, even though Mad Eye Moody is not a top known Harry Potter character or figure, here's a minifigure for $48. And same thing with Professor Trelawney, also not a top known character, and here's a minifigure for over $110. So I'm not worried about the fact that a couple of these professors might require some fans to go remind themselves, who is that again? I think this set will do extremely well in retirement. I am giving it a very high mark of 2.8. That's my ranking for all 16 Harry Potter sets. Number 1 is the Professors of Hogwarts. Number 2 is 12 Grimmauld Place. Number 3 is Hedwig. And then all 4 of the house banners. These top 7 I am most focused on investing in. The Ministry of Magic, if I can get it on a really good discount. It's already been at $70. I'd like to get it for around 55 or 60, and then I would pick a couple up. And then everything else, unless it is on a super massive discount, I am not going to dive into. And again, I'm still surprised how low on my list for Privet Drive is, but that shelf life is going to kill it for a long, long time. That's a wrap on this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.